My name is Bill Kennedy, and on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Global Interdependence Center, I'd like to welcome all of you to today's conference. Thank you very much for being here. The GIC is a Philadelphia-based nonprofit organization. We're headquartered in the Federal Reserve Building in Philadelphia. We've been around since 1976, and our vision as an organization is to promote the exploration and understanding of policies that have impact on both living standards and the global economy. And so all of the topics that we cover through the GIC program throughout the year have to be global, they have to be interdependent, and I can't think of a more globally interdependent topic than ESG. So we gather about 15 to 16 times a year, both here in the United States and overseas. We convene programs that are independent, they are neutral, they are nonpartisan, and it's really to explore both sides of issues. And we do this with a network of international renowned experts in the field of academia, monetary policy, fiscal policy, and from industry. And so you'll be meeting several of those distinguished guests on our panels today. So before we get started, I just want to welcome and thank our sponsors for today's event, AIG, and we'll be hearing later today from Constance Hunter, but we want to thank AIG for their generous support of this event. So before we get started with the proceedings, it's my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome to the podium President Houshmand of Rowan University. And as I introduce Ali, I just want to say how proud we are to have President Houshmand as part of the Board of Directors at the Global Interdependence Center. Dr. Houshmand, so impressive what has happened at Rowan University over the last decade under your leadership. Very impressive, and we're very honored to be associated with you, with the university, and it's, I understand, a birthday for the Rowan Business School, which is now 50 years old. And so I'll turn it over now to Dr. Houshmand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rowan University. I'm so delighted that GIC decided to use Rowan University to get away from downtown and come to suburbs and look at our little university. I wanted to take this opportunity now that I have you, and I'm always delighted when I get people from what I call the real world, the people who actually do work and they just don't dream like academicians do, to come in here so that we can tell them other stories, what it is that we do, how do we run our university, where we are today and where we're going. So if you can bear with me for a couple of minutes, I can quickly go through that. The university today is the third fastest growing university amongst the public universities in the nation. It's been so for the past 4 or 5 years. It started, the growth of the institution, of course, started. There's a history to that. By the way, before I say that, today, this year also is the 100th anniversary of Rowan University. It was established in 1923, and this year, this fall, we started the 100th class of the university. Except that when we started, we had 200 students. This time we had about 23,000 students. So there's a slight increase in the number of students over the past 100 years. The university started with, as a normal school. The group of family members, community members in here collected some money, about a few $1,000s, and bought a plot of land. And then went to the state and begged the state to come and build a normal school to train primary teachers. So that's how Rowan started, 1922, with one building and 2 dorm rooms, and a place called Hollybush that was the site of the first superpower summit between Lyndon Johnson and Alexis in 1967. So those are the 4 buildings that started this university. Until 1992, when Henry Rowan, an industrialist who was a graduate of MIT, decided to part with $100 million of his money. And at that time, that was the largest gift given to a public institution in the nation. So that really moved the university, completely changed it. And then he changed the name to Rowan University, and it took off at that time. My career here started in 2006. I came from Drexel. At that time, we had about 9,000 students. We were a master's classified institution. That means we had degrees all the way up to master's degree. and an operating budget of roughly $150 million, the employees of about 1,500, and just, as I said, under 9,000 students. Today, Rowan University has just under 4,000 employees, 23,000 students, operating budget of $650 million, an endowment and quasi-endowment of almost 600 million. And we are now one of only 2 universities in the nation that has allopathic and osteopathic medical schools, and we are about to build the first and only veterinary school in the state of New Jersey. Number of applicants. We started 10 years ago, we had about 11,000 applications. This year we had 38,000 applications. For our medical schools, for 400 seats, we had 13,000 applicants. Oh, I'm sorry, 12,000 applicants for 400 seats. So the ratio of almost 30 to 1. So there's been a lot of growth. Now, how did this growth happen? It wasn't because of me. I don't think it was because of us. And by us, I mean changing the culture in higher education, bringing the faculty who really are very, very powerful. In higher education, faculty really are the ultimate voice because they carry the knowledge and they can really slow you down if you don't bring them along. So my task really was to make sure that we create a partnership rather than a kind of a confrontation. And that was critical. It took 2 years to change that culture and to earn the trust of both sides, me trusting them and trusting me. And that really was the trigger for us to be able to implement the changes. And the changes that we did was basically trying to find other people's money to build infrastructure. That's what we did. Go to other people and say, are you willing to come and build facilities with us? If you do, we are willing to let go. For example, we went to people and said, come and build domes for us, and you can own it, you can manage it. We will help you rent it, and we'll share profit. Instead of us building it ourselves, managing it ourselves, and we really are not very good at it. Higher education leaders are not very good at focusing on the expense side of the ledger. We are very good at focusing on the revenue side of the ledger. And that switch is critical for our education. If you really want to run an institution that is efficient, then you have to apply business principle in everything you do. And that's what we do here, using other people's money to invest in here and making them look better. And as a result, let's look at what happened in 10 years. In 10 years, we have built $1.5 billion of infrastructure in Glassboro and surrounding. Who would have thought that in a town like Glassboro, where there were only 4 businesses 15 years ago, you build $1.5 billion of infrastructure. Almost all of it other people's money. But they are flourishing, they are benefiting from it, and that's the beauty of it. So as a result, we had 3,000 domes that are old and were built in 60s and 70s and 80s. Now we have 7,000 beds, and most of them are beautifully air conditioned. But we don't own it, but we profit from them. And that to me is the way to do these things. To let go of the control, or don't try to create a kind of a town within a town. There is this fictitious wall around many, many universities where they try to do everything by themselves. We try to repair cars, provide food, do laundry, landscape, you name it. And our core mission is what? To create knowledge and impart knowledge. So we lose sight of that and concentrate on that. What we have decided to do in this university to focus on our core. Our core is the most important thing, academic. Create knowledge and impart knowledge to the people so that they can go and be good citizens. My responsibility is to manage the rest of the institution of the business so that we have the finances to move forward. So during the peak of the pandemic, Rowan University was the only university in the nation that provided $1,500 per student to the cost of $16 million to us, discount to everybody. Our tuition was low, but we paid much lower. We were the only university that provided $1,000 for any kid who came back to after pandemic with vaccine. Reduced that, and that cost us about $11 million. We were the only university in the state of New Jersey that did not furlough any of the faculty members, even though contractually we could do so up to 12 days. And we did all of that because we managed the university's money efficiently and like a business. And in fact, during the peak of the pandemic, Rowan University, I'm proud to say we had surplus. We never had deficit. We have never had deficit. And what it says is, and I mean, it's not a brag about me, it's a brag about the culture. It is possible to use intelligence and business principles and partnership to change the landscape of higher education in this country. And the warning is that if we don't, this country is going to lose. If you look at today's ranking of the international universities, you will see increasingly more and more of the American universities are falling back. And new universities from China and India and other places are coming up. And this is risky. Why? Because we have brilliant brains, we throw money, tremendous amount of money after things, but we don't look at the fundamentals. And the fundamentals today is that we are still doing what we did 200 years ago as far as higher education is concerned. It's an agrarian system that created 200 years ago that kids go to school fall and spring, and in the summer they go to the farm. Now show me one undergraduate who goes to the farm in the summer, except the people who work with you for pepper growing. Nobody does. And that system needs to change. And we decided about 200 years ago that every degree takes exactly 120 credit hours and 4 years. Who the hell said that? Why should it be like that? Are you telling me a truck driver and the F-35 pilot need the same amount of training to become that? You're saying that philosopher and engineer and sociologists and psychologists and historians, everybody needs 120 credit hours to be good? Who said that credentials should be like that? And I think these are the kind of things that we need to start asking yourself questions. What is credential? What does knowledge mean? What is the purpose of knowledge? What is the impact of knowledge to the society? And I really think we have to start, as we train the future of the workforce of this country, what is our intention as a higher education? In my view, our sole purpose as a higher education is to train the future of America, and to prepare a workforce that are capable, that go out there, are functional, and be taxpayers. That's our job. And if we fail on that, we have failed. And I'm sorry to say that the higher education in this country has already failed miserably, because a 6-year graduation rate in this country for a 4-year degree stands at 58%. Think about it. 6-year graduation rate for a 4-year degree is 58%. Imagine if you were a car company and I come to you and I said, I ordered 100 cars and I want you to deliver them to me in 4 years. And after 6 years you come and say, sorry, I can only give you 58 of them. And the 40 other two I were all broken. Do you really go and order again from that company? But that they've been doing that for 20 years and it's getting over it. So these are the challenges that we are trying to deal with here. I really do believe that it's a way moving forward. We need to let go of the control and bring people like you, good people like you around the table, even at the curricular level, so that we can restructure the higher education. I hope you have a great day today. I hope you have a wonderful conference today. I'm so sorry that I could not stay here and benefit from your conference. I have to give a speech to the entire university community at 2 o'clock, so I have to go and prepare myself. Otherwise, they'll beat me up. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, sir.